I'm Afia Yana, and welcome to your Rise and Shine yoga practice. Today's yoga practice is for the shoulders and neck. Particularly, we'll work on activating the back body, the back chain of the body, the often forgotten backside of our physicality, and work with any tension that you might have from maybe sleeping wrong, from being on the computer too much, or just from needing to even open up the backside of the heart. So we'll begin by sitting. Today you will need some type of a towel, a little tiny towel, or a scarf, something like that, because we're going to get into opening up the shoulders. So sitting in Sukhasana or easy pose. You can sit first with the right leg in towards the groin, the left brain in the front, or the left leg in the front. And we're going to inhale the shoulders up, rotating them back and down. Deep exhale out the nose, arriving in the space. Inhale the shoulders, rolling them up and forward, shoulders up towards the ears. And exhaling them back and down, squeezing the shoulder blades together on the backside of the body. Resting the palms on the knees. One more time, inhaling the shoulders up and down and back. Squeezing, opening up the front side of the heart. Beautiful. We're going to do that in the opposite direction. So inhale, squeezing up, rotating forward. Elbows come down and the head rises towards the sky. Inhale, shoulders up and back. Exhale, forward. You might even close the eyes and experience the movement from the inside. Inhale, squeezing up. Exhale. Keep the elbows in towards the torso, almost squeezing in towards the torso. And on the exhale, bring the elbows down, hands rest on the knees. Breathe into the front of the heart. Exhale, release. And then we'll open the arms up to the side, palms towards the ceiling. And then inhale, crisscrossing the left hand over the right. Give yourself a big squeeze. See how far can you reach behind, grabbing a hold of the shoulder blades, wrapping the arms around the body. Inhale the shoulders up and back and down. Closing the eyes here, really experiencing from the inside. Notice, can you grab the fingertips, wrapping them around the shoulder blades? You might even need to scooch the fingers down towards the pelvis, or towards the bottom sides of the shoulder blades. Inhale, filling up the breath, filling up the belly, noticing as you fill up how the elbows rise up, the shoulders rise up towards the ears. And exhale, releasing the breath, noticing the compression in the torso. One more breath like this, inhaling in. Filling up as the breath expands all the way up into the underarms. And exhale, release. Releasing, letting the arms go down. We're going to send the right arm up into the air. This is where you can grab a hold of your towel. Dropping the towel behind you. And we can reach the left hand behind and walk the left fingertips up towards where the right hand is holding the towel. The fingers may join here, they may not, but most importantly, keeping the front body open. See, can you keep the hips above the heart, above the pelvis, really opening up wide. It's almost like a giant is separating the underarms and creating more space under the arms here. Breathe into the front of the heart. Allow the head to be nice and tall, chin parallel to the floor here. Notice any tension. Could you release tension in the eyes, jaw, lips? Really just allow for this opening to be in the back side of the body. Notice if you're gripping in the belly, can you use the breath to really release the lower pelvic girdle? Beautiful. Exhale and release that. Slide the left hand down. You might notice that the fingers become a little bit tingly. We can shake the hands out in front. Beautiful. And then we're going to do the opposite. Arms up, palms facing towards the ceiling. And instead, this time, the left hand comes on top. The right hand comes on the bottom. And then wrapping the fingertips around the back of the shoulder. You might even massage into that little soft part on the top of the shoulders and use the fingertips to walk down the shoulder blades towards the back, the middle of the back. Inhale, fill the breath, fill up the belly. Exhale, release. Inhale, filling up the body, softening through the shoulders and the neck, jaw. Really giving yourself this love, this feedback, biofeedback of the squeeze, and at the same time relaxing the breath, the shoulders come down. One more breath here, deep, full, filling up the belly, mid, ribs, upper ribs, all the way into the underarms. Stacking the body nice and tall, chin parallel. Exhale, releasing the hands. Fantastic. Release the arms, shaking them out to the side. And then you'll grab your towel. This time, left arm comes up into the air. Can you squeeze that left elbow up towards the top of the crown of the head? And then on the exhale, reach the right arm around and back. Palm facing towards the back body, back of your mat, and then reaching towards the back of the towel here. Walking the hands up the towel. And you'll notice there's a difference between the sides. Maybe one side is a little bit more open than the other. And making sure as you're doing the stretch that you don't begin to collapse forward. Really inhale, that opening that we used in the beginning. Inhale, the shoulders up and wide back apart. Using the fingertips walking towards each other on this towel. Breathe into the underarms here. Feeling this fascia, this muscular tissue that runs, the tissue that runs into the muscles and then attaches the muscles to the bone. Feeling this subtle stretching of this connective tissue. Exhale, deep, full, released exhalation. Inhale, filling up the breath, washing the body with this oxygen. Washing the mind with this oxygen. And on the exhale, releasing the hands down. Release the hands out to the front. Beautiful. And then on the inhale, walking the right hand over onto the left knee, rotate the shoulders up and down and back. Left hand rises up into the air and then draw it down into the base of the spine. Fingertips or maybe the heel of the hand presses in to the floor behind the buttocks. And then gently inhaling, extending nice and tall, proud chest and looking over the left shoulder. Belly button back towards spine on the exhalation. And really beginning the stretch first from the base of the spine, then moving it through the mid-spine. And lastly, up through the center of the chest. And then with This energy extending into the right fingertips. Squeeze the scapula back together, so shoulder blades back together on the back side of the body. Allow the heart to float up. And lastly, not forcing, but gently allowing perhaps the gaze begins to move. First with the eyes, and then perhaps the head begins to move back towards looking behind you. Looking over the left shoulder. Breathing deep into the belly, feeling that extension up through the body, through the spine. This is also a gentle washing out of the inner organs, the digestive organs. Here we're squeezing the pancreas on the left side of the body. Inhale, filling up the stomach with air, lower ribs with air. Then on the exhale, releasing. Beautiful. And then closing the eyes, placing the hands on the knees and noticing the difference between that opening on the left side in the body. Perhaps the left shoulder blade feels more flexible, and we'll move that flexibility over to the right side now. So inhaling that left arm up into the air. Left arm comes onto the right knee. And if you haven't switched, you could even switch, drawing the left leg back towards the groin, the right leg in front, just to give some evenness in the sitting position. And then inhale, really using the strength of the arm, the right arm, left arm in on the right knee. Inhale the right arm up into the air and bring it back and down, extending it back behind the spine. Exhale, pressing the left fingertips. The left heel of the hand may move down towards the ground, supporting the back of the spine. And then beginning this washing out twist from the lower abdomen. Exhale, extending through the lower ribs. Now we're compressing the right side of the body, the right liver here. Or the liver, which is on the right side of the body here. Inhale, breathing up through the chest, chin parallel to the floor. And lastly, rotating that shoulder up and down and back on the right side. Fill up the belly with air. Just notice the spaciousness in the belly with the air. Oxygenating the tissue. Exhale, really releasing, allowing the breath to wash out the organs here in this twist. And then lastly, the eyes roll back over the right shoulder, and perhaps is able to look behind the body. One more breath here. Inhale, breathing into the spaciousness in the front of the heart. Tall, proud through the chest and the belly. And then on the exhale, releasing, unwinding, and letting go. Releasing the hands out in case there's any tingling that was happening here. Releasing the hands down to the knees, grounding back. Just taking stock of how the body's feeling here. Noticing the spaciousness in the back of the heart, the back of the shoulders. And then we'll move some of this extension now up into the neck. Inhaling the hands up. And exhale, interlacing the fingers behind the head. Inhale, lifting the chin up. Supported by the hands on the back of the skull. You can even place the thumbs so that they are facing down towards the shoulders and creating a little hammock for the neck here. So the cervical spine, the neck, the upper part of the neck is supported by the hands here. In this little hammock. And then opening the elbows up. Head supported as the chin moves up towards the sky. So we're making sure we don't compress the back of the neck, and also don't just splay the ribs out, belly back towards spine, extending out of the ribs, opening up the elbows with the pressure of the hands in, the head in the hands, and then gently extending the head and neck up. Maybe it's just a micro movement or just a centimeter or two, the chin extends towards the ceiling. One more full breath here. Beautiful. And on the exhale, extending the head down, chin down towards the chest and supporting the back of the head. Make sure you're not pressing the hands into the back of the head, but just gently allowing the chin to reach forward. Breathe into the back of the shoulders, this whole bundle of connective tissue throughout the back of the wings of the heart. Extending the chin down, and then gently pressing the head actually back up into the hands. So we're creating a little traction here for the cervical spine and strengthening the neck at the same time by pressing into the back of the hands. This is a really therapeutic and gentle move for the head, as well as strengthening for the neck. So gently pressing the head into the hands. And then on the exhale, releasing the arms back out and down. Placing the palms onto the floor. Rounding palms into the floor, and then just noticing that opening up in the front and the back of the neck. So we create the movement, we invite the breath, and then we check in with our awareness and our consciousness into any of the changes before we move into the next, right? So instead of this often Western sense of just going, adding on experience and never processing what's happening, we take this opportunity in yoga to really slow down and create this connection between the mind and the body. And now pressing both palms firmly into the ground. The fingertips might be far away from the body, or if you can, move the palms into the ground so that you can really press the palms into the ground, extending the chin parallel to the ground, and then gently move the right ear towards the left shoulder. Opening up the left side of the neck. Very, very slowly. Inviting that right ear to gently draw down towards the right shoulder. So we're really creating spaciousness with the breath. We begin to slow down the sense of rushed tension that sometimes creeps up into the necks and the shoulders as we're rushing around or overfilling our lives, and really inviting the breath to slow down the mind. So inviting it, nice deep inhale, 3, 4 count inhale. So 3, 2, 1 inhalation. And then on the exhalation, 3, 2, 1, the belly button comes back towards the spine. Pressing that left arm into the ground. Right here, creating space. And then one more 3 count breath. Inhaling in, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Gently allow the head to come back up to neutral. And again, release the palms from pressing into the ground and notice the difference between the right and the left side of the neck. The left side of the neck is now really spacious and open. The right side is now asking for that same opening. So we'll press both of the palms of the hands into the ground, extending up through the heart. Knit the ribs in towards each other. Ribs come in towards the belly button. And then on the exhale, allowing the left ear to calm down towards the left shoulder. Pressing the right palm into the ground. Opening up the right side of the neck here. Loving the beautiful space that you're creating here. Spacious breath. Gently opening, oxygenating the right side of the neck here, using the attention and the focus to draw in that energy of prana into the body. And the left ear gently moves down towards the left shoulder. Belly button moves back towards the spine. And one more deep breath into the shoulder, right shoulder. Feels so good in the right shoulder here. Opening up that connective tissue between the shoulder, between the neck. Creating space as the right shoulder drops in. And exhale, gently releasing the head back up to neutral. Fantastic. We're going to move this last bit here onto the front of the body to experience this throughout the full chain from the top of the head down through the legs. So pressing the pelvis into the ground, feet hip width distance apart here, forehead comes onto the ground. We can extend first keep the hands underneath the shoulders, and I'd like you to lift up your right leg until you feel pointing through the right toe, really feeling the glute activated here. So pointing, lifting as much as you can. The right leg comes up and then drop it back down onto the ground. Now the same thing, extending through the left toe, passing the left toe out towards the left corner of the mat, and then on the inhalation, inhale, activating the glute, lifting the left leg up into the air as high as you can. Inhale for 2, and exhale the left leg back down. Eyes closed here, forehead presses into the ground as well. So inhale, lifting the right leg up. Toes lift, knees lift, thigh lifts off the ground. Inhale, squeezing the glute, activating the back chain of the body. And then exhale, dropping. Right leg comes down, left leg lifts, toes lift, knee lifts, thigh lifts, activating the glute. Inhale, activating the lower back, and exhaling the left leg down. We'll do that again. And this time really try to press the hands into the ground underneath the shoulders so that you're not rocking back and forth, but really stabilize through the neck, through the shoulders, all that stabilization that we did, feeling that openness through the neck. Now lifting the right leg up into the air, activating into the glutes. Inhale, drop the right leg back down, slowly. One part move, all parts move, so gently lifting up toes, knee, thigh, glute, activating the back, lift, inhale, left side, exhale, slowly releasing. Now extending both arms forward, as if you're in star position here. Go ahead and lift the right leg and the left arm at the same time. The head can come up off the ground if that feels good for you too. So opposite, we're pressing the right hand and left leg down into the ground while lifting, activating the glute here, extending through the left fingertips, extending through the right big toe. Inhale, inhale, hold. One more exhalation here while you hold up. Activating this diagonal line of energy that moves from the right toe all the way through the left hand. And on the exhale, releasing the head down, the hand and the arm down. Noticing that cross chain through the body, and then we're going to inhale, lifting up the right arm and the left leg, extending through the right fingertips, the head lifts off the ground. See how much energy can you extend as you activate through that left glute all the way through the right fingertips, as if someone's pulling, but at the same time wrapping the right shoulder blade back up and down into the shoulder girdle. Lift that left leg up off of the ground and then exhale, slowly release down. We'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, right leg, left arm, head comes up, activating through the glute. Extend, 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 but wrap that left shoulder blade back. Inhale here, exhale, pressing the pelvis into the ground, inhale, and exhale, release back down. And extend the right arm up, left leg back and up. Extending through the glute, wrapping that right shoulder blade back, chin parallel to the ground, inhale here. Exhale, extending, you're doing so good. If you're shaking, this is beautiful. Pressing the pelvis into the ground while simultaneously lifting. And on the exhale, release down. One more big move like that, inhale, lifting up the right and left side. Right leg comes up, left arm comes up. Inhale, extending through the back chain, nice and strong through the neck that we've strengthened now, and at the same time, relax. Inhaling here. One more deep exhalation as you extend, really press, lift that glute up and exhale back down. And this is your last one, lifting up the right arm, lifting up the left leg, extending, wrapping that shoulder blade back and down, left leg extended through the back chain of the body and exhale back down. Beautiful. Place the hands underneath the head here and draw the knees up, bend the knees, and you can windshield wiper the legs back and forth, legs to the right side and left side, releasing the lower back, feeling that strength that you've created in the lower back chain of the body, all the way extending up through from behind the heart into the head, back of the head, into the neck, and how that energy extends out the crown. As you windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And then we'll gently exhale, coming up into a child's pose. So knees together, or knees apart, feet together, and exhale, extending the arms forward. We'll end today's practice today in a child's pose here. So hands, fingertips extended wide, pressing into the floor. Release the belly here. Release the breath. Breathe out of the mouth here. Let go. And giving thanks for yourself for showing up for this practice today. Noticing the effects in the lower back. Noticing the effects behind the heart. So as we move into this strengthening and stretching of the neck, shoulder, and head, we can also release a lot of mental energy and chatter. So just noticing the difference in the mind-body state. Deep inhalation into the belly. Exhale out the mouth, maybe through blowing out of the mouth or just even horse lips. Letting the lips flutter gently. And then on the inhale, placing the hands, elbows pressing into the floor, hands up into prayer position behind the back of the head. Allowing the hands, the back of the thumbs to press into the back of the neck. That prayer position behind the back. Giving thanks for this practice, giving thanks for this healing ability that we have to take time and space to create connection with our bodies and with ourselves. Namaste and Ashe.